Well, welcome. I am so glad that you have chosen to join us in our reading through the Advent Devotional. We will be releasing a video every day of Advent from now until Christmas morning that we look to be able to rejoice and to celebrate with you in our Christmas morning service. But for now, we want to take some time to read through our devotional together. Day 1. Sweet Mary. Joseph's voice was the only comfort in the black night of early morning. She had been lying on the little pallet most of the night, awake and waiting. Her hands ran over her tummy, swollen with the life of her unborn son. The grief had been so public and her joy so private in these past months. Without a word, she took Joseph's hand and she struggled to her feet. Her parents had left with the others of the household of David the week before to register in Bethlehem. Joseph thought it was best to let the others go ahead. Such is the price of carrying a baby whose father was not known. She was barely 15. He was in his 20s. There was no send-off, no farewells, no traveling mercies granted, and no blessings of safety given. There were no children who ran ahead of the little donkey to usher them from the village. Only the day's first light and the good riddance glances of the early risers. Hiding her tears behind her veil, she spoke the words of a child grasping for hope. "Joseph, tell me again how it will all be." Without turning from the path, Joseph told the tale again. "Bethlehem will be a much better place to live than Nazareth," he began. "We'll find a little home there, and I'll find plenty of work. In the evenings, I'll build you the finest furniture in all of Israel. In fact, the wealthy women will all be coming to your house just to look at the furniture that you have. My sweet Mary, it's going to be a wonderful life." My sweet Mary. It was Joseph's way of showing his deep love for the young girl. He could have had me stoned, she thought. He could have had me shamed by the whole village. But Joseph had heard an angel too, and his righteous heart not only protected her, but loved her as no other man could. And now, an 80-mile trek lay ahead of them, traveling east to Scopolis and then turning south along the Jordan Valley. They would reach Jericho in 4 days. From there, they would cross over the treacherous road that leads to Jerusalem and finally reach Bethlehem before the Sabbath. And hopefully, the baby would wait. I don't know about you, but there have certainly been those moments in my life where I have felt like I didn't know what tomorrow would hold. The fear of the present surrounds me with the joy of what would come seems so distant and far off. But the joy would come. And no matter where you're at today, no matter if you're stuck in the fear of what tomorrow might bring, or whether you are filled with the hope and the expectation of the promise that is to come, I hope that you'll turn with me in this season and reflect on the joy that is found in the baby Jesus.